welcome new and old visitors and supporters to our Facebook Live. And we are so delighted you all are here. Today on our Facebook Live, we're going to talk about your power, your inheritance, and your legacy. I want to welcome back all of you to our Facebook Live every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time. We are surely living in a changing time. We all know that and we notice. The question is, do you feel powerless? Some of them said yes, or confused, or defeated. I'm so glad you are here because today I'm going to share with you, encourage you about the power that is in you, about the inheritance that you receive, and the legacy that you and I are ready to live. Yes, the world and our circumstances are changing, but those power that is in you, the inheritance and the legacy that we have to build are ours. If you need any help after today, my presentation, please go to virginiaprodanbooks.com and tell us your needs and we will help you. I'm here to serve you. Nowadays, we are drowning in information or misinformation, but starving or lacking discernment. We surely need God's wisdom, especially now. Proverbs 14:12 reminds us, there is a way which seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. God's wisdom gives us peace, no pressure. God's wisdom provides us with the right solution or solutions, making us victors, not victims. Do not miss God's wisdom or his plan for you or for our country. Do not miss your victorious destiny. Ask yourself, under those circumstances, do you really think you can resolve all your problems or all the problems on your own? Do you really believe that you have the wisdom needed to fix your life or the life of others or our country? What if I tell you that there is, number one, a special power in you? You are created unique and special. Nobody's going to be forever like you. Learn to love yourself unapologetically as the one who created you and loves you unconditionally. Take time to see your value and act on it. Appreciate those around you who support and love you. Forgive yourself and others in order for you to be free. Believe that with God, everything is possible, and visualize that in order to take actions and turn everything into reality. This is your call to know the power in you, because it's a strong power in you, to know that that power makes you enough, makes you powerful, known and valuable and lovable. That the dreams and the skills that God placed in you, in your heart, are the keys to unlock that power in you. It's the power of Christ in you. Your mission is to impact with that power the world and to build your legacy. The power in you makes life happening for you, not to you. Let that be a shift, a weight lifting, and part of your legacy. You are unique, magically and divinely designed. God did not turn his back on you, no, or on this country. You are equipped with divine energy and light that lives in you to be used to change this country. Allow yourself to glow in the power in you. Keep forging the way and let that power and passion placed in you by God, your creativity, your beautiful energy impact you, the people around you, America, and the world. Celebrate it by remembering where you came from and acknowledge how far you have come. Share it with many around you, for the spark you give will ignite our country and the world, especially right now. Never forget that, like you, everybody is on a journey, and now on a very critical journey. So be an encourager, never knock others down. Spread the light and the energy of the power that is in you to ignite others and the place around you. Remain in the high fragrance uh, frequency of the power in you. Trust God and the mission He gave you to accomplish, that He will accomplish in you and through you. Celebrate life because it is precious no matter the circumstances around you. And most of all, celebrate your life. Take care of yourself. After all, your well-being is key in order for you to help and to serve and help others. Make sure you know that there is power in you, and you know that power, which is Jesus Christ, that you are loved, that love, and His love is the most powerful source and superpower in you, if you want, that you have it in order to share it with others, and especially during this time, because that power is the source of your inheritance. Number two, as God's children adopted into His family, we have been assured of an inheritance from God. Romans 8:17 tells us, now if we are children, then we are heirs, heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, if indeed we share in His suffering, in order that we might also share in His glory. Romans 8:17. One day we will take possession of our inheritance. But until that day, we carry that inheritance here on this earth. John Calvin wrote so well about our inheritance. He said, we do not have the full enjoyment of it at present time, but we walk in hope, and we do not see the things as if it were present, but we see it by faith. That is so beautiful. All through the world gives itself liberty to tramp us underfoot, like sheep appointed to the slaughter. So that we are continually at death's door, yet we are not destitute of a good remedies. How beautiful, he said. Because remember, His power reigns in our heart, and that gives us the power, even in the midst of our trials and tribulation, to rejoice, mourn, grieve, give thanks, be content, wait, and most of all, when we understand the value of the glory that awaits us, we are better equipped to endure whatever comes on our way in this life. And more than that, with that power, we can change, let God change through us this world. 2 Corinthians 4:17 reminds us that for our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. You and I have an inheritance, but while we are here on this earth, on this country, we are building a lasting legacy. Number three, your lasting legacy. Yes, you are here to build a lasting legacy that is built on following God, following His wisdom and His direction. Surely, God's wisdom or direction are often different than ours, but not complicated or mysterious to us. In fact, they are often so simple that we brush them aside, and often we want to replace it or rely on our human wisdom. We think, oh, surely it can't be that easy, as we try to fix things on our own. But through history, we had seen God calling people to act and leave a legacy by simply following Him with an act of faith. A simple act of faith, like, let me give you an example, a spirit restored through repentance, holding up a staff, putting our feet in the water, watching around an enormous wall 7 times, or dipping in the muddy Jordan River. As Isaiah 55:8 tells us, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, declared the Lord. It doesn't say that God's thoughts involve more complex or difficult solution. It simply says that God's thoughts or ways are different from what we would expect. And I know and I understand, special right now. So too often we miss God's directions in our lives because we try to complicate things with our own solutions. We just try to get our hands into the mix when God, after all, has it already planned out for us. By not following God's simple direction, we increase our pain and we extend our misery. Often, we just refuse to let go and trust God who knows best. Sometimes what God asks us to do or to stand for might look foolish or unimportant to us or for the world. I am talking from my own experience. But we have to stand for what God is asking us, no matter the circumstances or how difficult or demanding we think that might be. If you started to be exhausted, anxious, or you feel fear is creeping, it's time for you to put your nails down and pray. Don't lose heart. Don't step back. Don't be disengaged. Leaving a lasting legacy requires courage, strength, and total loyalty to God. No one else, no government. God changes will change us in a process in people bold in faith with no fear of man, regardless of what lies ahead of us. Generations to come depend on our faithfulness to God, on our trust and our victorious actions, on standing up for God's value, even when the world considers us foolish. This concludes my answer to your questions. If you need more help, please go to virginiaprodanbooks.com, tell us your needs, and we will help you. I'm here to serve you. I am speaking from my own experience. I experience situation like this that we go right now and persecution. I know that God is in control, that God has a mission for each one of us. Remember that there is power in Him. Remember that you have an inheritance, that with that inheritance, you can build a legacy. America needs each one of us to be strong, courageous, and act in God's power. not to be fearful, not to be scared of what a man, a person, or a group, or even a new government can do to us. Again, I'm speaking from my own experience. I live under socialists, I live under persecution, and by the grace of God, I am here because He gave me the power that is in you. He gave me an inheritance that is in you, and He gave me the power to leave a legacy. And you can do the same thing. If you need any help and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to go to virginiaprodanbooks.com/contact and send me your questions or your concern, and I will be more than happy to help you. I'm here to serve you. You are more than a conqueror, no matter the circumstances. Yes, our circumstances in America change, but our God is the same. And following Him, we will do His will and He will protect us. Until next time, every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time, be blessed. Use the power in you. Remember your inheritance and build your legacy. Be a blessing and bless others. God bless you. Bye bye.